Hello and welcome to my hallway. I don't know about you, but I've been stuck inside my house for 5 weeks now, and I'm feeling less than motivated as I was when we first went into quarantine. So I decided rather than do our usual floor work, we're going to do some wall work. So this is something that all dancers can use, is strength building, core building, and because your core is the source of all your stamina and your balance and your posture. Find some new way to work out your core, and we usually neglect our upper body. It's very important. So find an empty wall and be brave, and we'll get ready to work. It's important to warm up before you try this. We're going to do some things where we're going to bear our weight on our hands. And a lot of people will say, my wrists are killing me, and it makes a really big difference if you warm up first. So first of all, put your prayer hands together and lift your elbows so that really is stretching back your hands. And then reverse that, put the backs of your hands together and kind of drop your elbows, and that will stretch your hands in the other way. So go back and forth a few times between those two positions, and then just manually take one hand and pull that back. See if you can stretch a little further. Do stretches so that we're not going up cold and your muscles clench up, which might be painful. As in every sort of exercise, you first warm up and then you stretch. Okay, well, I'm going to name these different positions a series of challenges. The first two challenges are, I would say, minor challenges, because not that they aren't strenuous in the long run, but they're not especially adventuresome and new, but they are beneficial. So the first thing is just a wall sit. You're going to lean against the wall and try to make sure that your feet are right beneath your knees and your back is straight against the wall. And if you just hold this, try not to arch your back, keep your stomach muscles pushed in. Trouble I'm having right now is I feel like this rug is going to scoot. And just hold this position. Now you can increase your leg work if you do. They call this the one-legged chair. And you can either just hold this position. The longer you hold in one position, the more work you're going to get in your quads back here. The more work is not your quads. In your hamstrings, it does work your quads too, just holding your leg out like that. So just choose some positions, listen to music and try to hold it for 4 counts of 8. Feel the burn. Start out with our feet against the wall and just raise one leg and do lifts. This is actually pretty mild. You might really have to do a lot of repetitions. It is some work, added because your leg is extended straight up in the air. So you try to keep that vertical. And I also feel this in my quad of the leg that's against the wall. And then you can switch the other way. Yeah, good for your glutes. Curling with your abs. And pushing with your quads. So try about 1 million of those and you'll start to feel it back here. This next exercise is very similar to something that we've done in class many times, where we do the tricep lifts just by lifting our hips off the floor with our feet on the floor. We're going to try it against the wall, and I found that tennis shoes are helpful because you need to really get a grip on the wall here. You want to put your feet against the wall directly across from your, on the same level with wherever your knees are. Walk your hands in and press into your heels on the wall and into your hands. So this was very challenging for me. You can barely tell, but my hips are off the floor. I got a huge cramp in my abs, and also I felt like if I could find a better way to get traction on the wall, it would help, but give it a try. It's pretty challenging for me anyway. You can feel that right here. Vary a lot, and also right here. So first, again, measure your distance that you need to be from the wall. See where that is and put your hands there, or even maybe a little bit further out. And you're going to walk your feet up the wall a little bit. So the goal here is to each time bring your body down to where you are parallel with the floor. But I found not only was it increasingly difficult with each repetition, but also my supporting knee would bang into the wall. So I might have needed to have my hands just a little bit further out. But this is an excellent upper body workout. Ah, wow. So this plank is just marginally easier than the one I just did with the knee tuck, but it is still very challenging due to, I think, your hands being further from the wall. The distance increases the way gravity works on you, so it's a good workout. The last challenge, the final challenge that I would like you to try, is a handstand, because it's going to engage, of course, your core and all the strength in your shoulders, upper body work, but also a new way to engage your balance work. So find your center upside down. There are various ways to try this. So try to spend at least 10 seconds sustaining your handstand pose before you try to make the balance. I did not spend that much time with my feet up against the wall. I just kicked straight to the balance, so that wasn't enough time upside down. I remember in this instance, I thought more about my form of pressing up with my center, lifting my hips straight in the air, and my foot just lifted off the wall rather than me pushing away, which I think got me closer to finding a balanced position. You want to make sure that your head is not sinking down between your shoulders. Press against the floor, lifting your shoulders, lifting your hips. I'm never comfortable in this position. I don't like my back away from the wall. I don't want to fall backwards, so I don't get much balance here, but the two legs should be like a tight rope walker's bar to help you balance. Okay, so I'd love to see your videos of you giving it a try. And don't hurt yourself. Be careful. Have fun out there.